Hello dear students and my dear friends. For our today's session, we are going to deal with the class 10th poem, that is The Miracle, which is written by the American poet Walt Whitman. But I would like to tell you one thing in advance, that we are not going to deal with the summary of the poem. No. We are going to deal with the deep down reality. The deep down reality, we are going to deal with the connotation. We are not going to deal with the surface meaning of the text. That's why I am telling you that we are not going to narrate the summary of the poem. No. But we are going to make the critical analysis of the poem, that is The Miracle by Walt Whitman, one of the American poet. If you see the text of the poem starts with the rhetorical question, and there is abrupt beginning of the poem. So miracle, what we understand by the term miracle, what is miracle for us and what is miracle for Walt Whitman, there is a big difference between these two things. What actually miracle stands for us and what is miracle for the Walt Whitman, there is a big, you can say, big difference between the two paradigms. What is miracle for us? What we consider miracle? Our perception regarding miracle is something else. When something very strange happens in our life, we call that miracle. When something extraordinary, when something strange, when some strange events, occurs in our life or happens in our life, to that we call the miracle. But no, for Walt Whitman, it is totally different. He assumes everything to be miracle. He pay meticulous heed to each and everything. Suppose he is walking in a street, he says that it is miracle for him. If he is meeting with a new friend, it is miracle for him. Suppose if he is having a cup of tea with someone else, it is miracle for him. Each and every day is miracle, for him. But this is not the case for we people. We assume it to be something very different. We assume it to be, when something very different happens in our life, we call that miracle. But no, Walt Whitman says that each and every inch of life is filled with miracle. There is miracle in our periphery. There is miracle all around. All our ambits, all our periphery, all our premises in which we perform our daily activity is full of miracle. Each and every moment of life is miracle. So this actually, if we see this poem in a conspectus approach, we will find that Walt Whitman is trying to tell us that actually we people, we are not conscious. We are not conscious towards the things. That's why we are not able to appreciate. We are not able to appreciate things in our surrounding. There is scarcity. There is dearth of consciousness. There is no unwavering consciousness in our life. That's why we take the things for granted. And according to the poet and according to the poem, if we see the deep down reality of the poem, the dejections, the commotion, the disturbance, the anxieties in our life is all because we do not enjoy that what we are having. We don't pay any heed to those things, which we are having in our life. No, we are actually dwelling somewhere else. Our belief system, we have spoiled our belief system. We have spoiled so many things. We are living the life of mystery. We are giving significance to those things. We are attaching significance to those things which are not in our range. That's why, we are dying after that thing. But what is available to us? What is available to us? Which is our own? We are not paying heed to that. We are not conscious about that. We are not trying to accentuate our focus on that. That's why there is a lot of dejection in this, you can say, the modern era. And that's why this modern era, this modern period, one of the burning theme is, you will see in literature, is of existentialism. That the human beings are searching their meaning. They are not very much, you can say, aware about themselves. There is sense of belongingness. Yes, this is the relevant, this is the burning themes in our modern literature. So far as this simple poem Miracle is concerned, it is filled with, it is embedded with the great gospel. If you see the text, no doubt the text is very simple. The superficial meaning is very simple, but deep down there is something else. There is the harsh reality that we people, why we people are very pessimistic, why our life is pessimistic. It is because we attach significance to those things which are not in our reach. And what is in our reach, we do not pay attention to that, we do not enjoy to that. Like the poet is simply talking about the dusk, he is talking about the dawn, he is talking about the twilight, he is talking about the stars, he is talking about the nocturnal activities of so many different birds, he is talking about the aquatic life, he is talking about woods, and he is talking about the streams. And these things actually we take for granted, each and every one of us. We take these for granted. We do not enjoy such things because our belief system is totally different. We have made the belief system to be very complex. That's why the anxieties. That's why our life is fully surrounded by these anxieties. Our periphery is fully surrounded by these anxieties. What he is telling us that he says us that for him everything is miracle. Suppose if he is coming out from his home and he is meeting with a stranger, it is miracle for him because he is attending each and everything with meticulous consciousness. That's why he is not facing any sort of obstruction. That is why he is not failing to enjoy the life. But what is wrong with us? But what is wrong with the rest of the modernity? Why they are totally haggard, why they are feeling the state of weary? Because they are running after, the materialistic greed. They want to satisfy that materialistic greed. But at the same time, they fail to enjoy what is available to them. And that's why there is lot of aversion. That's why there is lot of self-aversion among the people, because they think that their goal is not satisfied, because they think they are searching for something which they are not actually aware about. They are all the time running after mutation. They are running after change. They want big change in their life, but at the same time they are not enjoying the bliss of the nature. The nature which is freely available to all of us, we do not pay heed to that. Rather we love to go to pubs. That is that requires money, but this nature do not requires money, and that's why we are taking this nature to be very for granted. So this actually is the case for the human vituperation, because they are not attending the things, because they are not paying heed to the things which is easily available to them. And in this way, the modern human beings, they are themselves responsible for obliterating their peace. The obliterations in their life is self-created, because they are searching the meaning of those things which are not in their access, which is not in their access. But for Walt Whitman, he's enjoying very simple life. He says that for me everything is miracle. If I meet a stranger, he is miracle for me. Suppose if he's playing with any stranger, as he is roaming with any stranger, it is miracle for him, because he tried to understand consciously each and every facet of life. And but most of the people they do not pay unwavering heed and unwavering consciousness to the things available in their surrounding, because they are mentally attached to somewhere else. And when they see and when they find that their goal is not getting accomplished, and this creates lot of inner rupture, this creates lot of inner turbulence in their life. But for Walt Whitman, he is not facing any sort of mental turbulence, he is not facing any sort of anxiety, he is not facing any sort of commotion in his life, because he says that whatever he is doing, he pay tremendous consciousness, and he try to accentuate those things which are in his reach. That's why it is possible for him to enjoy each and every facet of life. This is 24 karat truth, that if you talk about the binary opposition, if you talk about the pain, and if you talk about the pleasure, these are the integral parts of life. But what is wrong with the humanity? That is, we only want positive things to happen in our life. We are not concerned with the pain. How it is going to be possible for us to know the bliss if there is no pain? How we are going to know the importance of the light if there is no darkness? So according to him, this binary opposition, according to him, that this is the integral part of life, we should acknowledge this, and we should try to understand from the miseries of the life. But if we do not try to understand from the miseries of life, it is going to be very complex pattern for us to live. We will be only regretting, there will be only dejection in life. So for him, as I told you earlier, each inch of life is very important if we pay heed to that. So in short, in conspectus approach, I would like to tell you that according to Walt Whitman, he is giving much importance to the consciousness. And unfortunately, we people live most of our life unconsciously. We are not, aware about our surrounding, what is happening in our surrounding. If we are aware, if we are conscious, if we are meticulous about these things, the life is going to be bliss. That's why I told you earlier, this poem is the biggest gospel. It is packed with the message. It is packed with the teaching. It is one of the significant edifying by Walt Whitman, that why he is happy in life and why other peoples are not happy in life. It is clearly mentioned that what we want, because we are attaching our thinking to somewhere else, the higher goals. And what is available to us, we are discarding that. We are not paying heed to that. We are taking the little things very for granted. Little things, we are taking that for granted. That's why these miseries are happening in our life. So, in short, the gist of this poem is telling us that if there is unwavering consciousness towards the thing, the life is going to be wonderful. Each and every moment is going to be wonderful. Otherwise, it is mess. Otherwise, it would not be wrong to say that we are living the life of zombies if we are not conscious towards life, if we are not conscious towards the little things. Thank you very much. See you in next video. Till then, bye bye.